Hey there guys, my name is Austin Lekay. Today I will be breaking down the spinning back kick. In my report I have made an analysis on the technique that I've broken down. As you can see, I'll be breaking down the kick that was executed by Purple Shorts. This is his opponent, myself. The location is in Ottery at the Vibrant Gym. So the fight was in a boxing gym, which most, if not all, kickboxing bouts take place. As you can see, there's not much going on. The kick was not executed yet. As I go to the next slide, you can see Purple Shorts prepares for the kick. This is known as the preparation phase. So in this phase, Purple Shorts lowers his center of gravity. He widens his base so he can be stable when going for the kick. He also makes sure to keep his eyes on the prize on his opponent, because you want to be accurate when you kick. You don't want to miss the target. And if you go to the next slide, as you can see, he chambers his kick. So what that is the lengthening of your glutes and your quads. So what he's doing is bringing his leg in as close as he can, and doing so he lengthens his big muscles, the quads and the gluteus maximus. And he does that to prepare for a strong contraction. So the more he lengthens his major muscles, the more distance there will be for a stronger contraction. As you can see, his base has shifted over to his back leg, which he is keeping support on. He also, when executing the technique, he pivoted his foot. If he did not pivot his foot, he would be off balance and the technique would fail. One thing that he does not do is keep his eyes on the target. So when executing this technique, you want to rotate your head right around, making sure that you keep your eyes on the target. So one thing that did backfire, what he did in the beginning, he took a step forward so he could get in the range into kicking range, but at the same time his opponent took a step forward, so now he's too close and he's outside of the kicking range again. So what he could have done to prevent that is practice and work on his technique in a way that allows him to kick without taking a step forward. Either practice taking a step back and throwing the kick, or learning to throw the kick on the same spot. This is a diagram of the follow-through phase. So in this phase, you can see this is the end phase. His base of support is still on the one leg. His center of gravity has risen a bit. The Purple Shorts kept this to reduce resistance and maximize the speed and the effectiveness of the movement. Purple Shorts kept his limbs close to him to reduce resistance when spinning, as well as so one of the good things that he's doing is keeping his balance. He locked his eyes again with his opponent, but because he failed to do so when executing, it does lessen the accuracy of the kick. So one major thing that Purple Shorts failed to do, what he did well was chamber his kick, but what goes with the chambering is the contraction and the locking out of the leg. So the strong contraction of the glutes and the quadriceps is what he needed to do in order to execute the technique effectively. But as you can see, there's a bend in his leg, as well as his hip is not fully extended, which means that he's not getting the full effect of the kick. And that is my analysis and breakdown of the spinning back kick. So what we can do to help him improve his kick is advise him to do some strengthening drills, for example some plyometrics, as well as weighted training. One of the weighted training, like for example, you would want him to do the resistance training you would want him to do is high intensity with low reps and explosive movements. So for the plyometrics and the weight training, you want to have a fast concentric movement with a slow eccentric movement. What else you can do as well is footwork and agility drills that will help with his mobility and footwork around the ring. That way it will help with the technique of throwing the kick at any part of the ring, at any location of the ring. Another thing that he could do as well is practice his hand and eye coordination for greater accuracy. So as I showed you before, when executing the technique, his eyes is off his opponent. So if we can get him to do coordination drills to better his hand and eye coordination, that way he can keep his eye on his opponent and know where he's kicking, creating better accuracy for the kick. How I would monitor his progress, I would take video footage of sparring sessions week by week, as well as time his agility and mobility drills. Certain drills I would time. The faster he would get at it, the less time it will take him to think about doing the move. That's how I would know that it's becoming automatic and doesn't take him as long to think about doing the movement. Another way I would monitor him is go to a live fight and watch if the kick when he throws it is actually effective. Thank you.